All right. Attracted to trans women. So there's a comment. There's a comment on the screen. I'm going to try to. It says, well, I guess I'm hetero, but is there a word for being open to trans? Like hetero cis men have this stigma of being a jerk to trans women, I guess. Okay. I have no idea what that question even is trying to say. No one, it's not important. This is so not important. The ideology is important. So understand that you have these types of people, right? The totalitarians. You have these types of people. They're following an ideology. They'll say anything. So again, just to clarify, none of this is supposed to make sense. It's supposed to be circular logic flipping back on itself. It's going to be irrational. There's no rationality behind it. It's not going to be clear. It's not going to be understandable. Okay? The whole point is that whatever can be said to justify the ideology, to justify the extremism and the fanaticism. That's all it is. Anything that can be said will be said. That's why it doesn't make sense. It's not supposed to. That's not the point. That's not the point. Okay, here we go. Attracted to trans women, aka men. Used to be called chicks with dicks. Okay.
So you're straight and you're really attracted to trans women, but you don't know what to call yourself. Open-minded, not an asshole, not a transphobe, a decent human being, a heterosexual. Trans women are women.
No, no.
Are there any women here today?
No, girls have a penis. Girls have a penis. Oh my God. What's the fucking phrase?
Boys have a penis. Girls have vagina.
Boys have a penis. Girls have a vagina.
Einhorn is Finkel. Finkel is Einhorn.
No. My famous analogy, a rock is not a fish. A fish is not a rock. Golf clap for me. Stating the obvious. This is a cup. This is a stuffed animal. This is Howard. This is Howard the Duck. Not the same thing. Not the same organization of molecules. This is a Shure SM7B microphone. This is a Chihuahua. Not the same thing. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. These are sunglasses for my myoswolitis. And this is a dry erase marker. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Please don't stand up. But, okay, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay.
Trans women are women. So to say otherwise or to try to come up with a new label for your sexuality for being attracted to us would be othering and assuming that we are not real women when we are.
You're not. That's not being rude. It's not being rude. If I put on a wig and I tucked my pee-pee, if I did the little man vag dance, that doesn't make me a woman. Because by this logic, a trans woman, right, it could be anyone. You see this behind trans is beautiful? That's a weird thing to say. It's a weird thing to say. That if you have gender dysphoria and you think you're the opposite gender, that's beautiful. How is that beautiful? Is it a thing? Yeah, people want to do that apparently. Is it beautiful? That's a weird argument. It's a weird thing to say. The issue with this kind of constant mainstream gaslighting, this is fucking repetitive. If something is said over and over again, right, you're not allowed to talk out about it. You get canceled, or I'll get banned for bullying and harassment because I'm the mean person because I'm stating 2 + 2 = 4. If something's repeated over and over and over and over and over and over again, eventually it just gets into people's brains and then it's catchy, right? Trans women are women. That doesn't make any sense. Rockfish is fish. Rockfish is a fish. There probably is something. There's probably is some species called a rockfish. Sounds real. But we're talking about a rock, like a rock. Rockfish is not a fish. Coffee cup is not a fish. So, right, then there's microaggressions. Then if I say facts, if I talk about biology 101, then I'm a transphobe. When it's not really phobia at all, I'm not afraid. That doesn't make sense. I just am not a fan of being brainwashed. I am not going to say what you want me to say because you want me to say it. That's not that's not going to happen here. All right. You cannot hypnotize me. I'm not buying it. You could say it over and over again. It's not going to take. It has to be said. This seems silly. It's not silly, because all that needs to happen is to separate humans from each other and to separate individual humans from reality. Again, the whole Orwellian concept of 2 + 2 = 5 has nothing to do with the math. It has to do with you going along in lockstep with a fundamental break from reality. So you shift reality to fit the ideology, and that is game over. Okay? If you can be goaded, if you can be hypnotized, if you can be manipulated, if you can be beaten down and broken down to admit something as fundamental as men are women, women are men, 2 + 2 = 5, whatever the fuck it is, you can believe anything. They own you. That's all it is you going along with whatever direction the ideology and the fanatics and the extremists want to take. That's all it is. It's you taking a knee. It's you bending over and taking in the proverbial ass and just doing as you're told, but also doing it willingly, right? So there's a difference. It's not a gun to your head. It's that you are being pressured to agree so you don't get canceled, so you don't get ostracized, because everyone else goes along with it. You're not part of our team. You're an other. You're a transphobe. You're anti-trans. Did I say anything anti-trans? Men are men, women are women.